Now, I'm Chris Stewart. Your local news continues next.
Live from Tampa Bay streaming news leader, this is ABC Action News, taking action for you.
Right now at 5, a crane accident victim remembered. Loved ones telling us about the care he took to stay safe on the job. Plus how dozens of strangers put themselves in harm's way to try and save him.
And preventing a crime of opportunity, the free program that you can take advantage of to keep your belongings safe even while you're out of town.
Plus, don't forget the umbrella tomorrow. Dennis is tracking our chances for strong, possibly severe storms so you can make your Friday plans.
But first tonight, breaking news. Law enforcement agencies across Tampa Bay say they are getting a series of bomb threats similar to others getting sent out nationwide. Hello, everyone. I'm Paula Groen in for Jameson Euler.
And I'm Wendy Ryan. Thanks for joining us. ABC Action News reporter Maricela Burgos live in Tampa with the number of calls police have received so far. Maricela?
Tampa police tells me they have received 7 bomb threats so far. They say this is one of the schools that students and staff had to evacuate because of one of those threats. The others appear to be businesses, all of them receiving bomb threats via email. We checked with the FBI's Tampa office. They confirm they are aware of the bomb threats that have been made across the country. The FBI says they are already in contact with the different law enforcement agencies ready to help. Other agencies reporting bomb threats include St. Pete, Pinellas Park, Sarasota PD's, USF PD, and the Pinellas, Polk, and Pasco, and including Manatee County Sheriff's offices.
We do take it seriously, but I have to emphasize that no devices have been found, and from what I've seen around the nation, it appears that that's the case nationwide as well.
The FBI always reminds people to be aware of their surroundings and report any suspicious activity immediately. Reporting live, Maricela Burgos, ABC Action News.
This is also breaking tonight at 5. We're getting new reports from overseas right now. Authorities have killed the prime suspect from this week's deadly terror attack in France. ABC News is reporting that there was a shootout with police in Strasbourg, the same city where the suspect, Sharif Shakat, is believed to have opened fire at a Christmas market, killing 2 people. More than 700 officers have spent the last 2 days looking for the 29-year-old man who they say was radicalized while he was in prison. They have arrested 5 other people connected to this shooting.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, as we mentioned at the top of the newscast, we are tracking our severe weather chances. Not tonight, even though there are a few showers out there. But this is the line. As it takes shape, it heads in our direction. That will be later on Friday afternoon. Temperatures right now mostly in the 70s. Tomorrow morning will likely be only in the upper 60s. Temperatures up to 15 degrees warmer right now than they were this time yesterday. So talking about Futurecast, this evening partly cloudy. It should be dry first thing in the morning, but then as we go through the afternoon, the line comes through and lingers into the overnight hours. More on that and the rest of your weekend forecast coming up in a couple of minutes. Wendy?
All right, thanks, Dan. We'll check back with you. New tonight, we're learning more about the 45-year-old father who died in a crane collapse in Bradenton's waterfront this morning. Bradenton's police chief says the crane snapped, pinning Chadwick Adam Brown to Marina Dock. Carson Chambers live at that marina right now. Carson, and just within the last few hours, I understand you heard from Brown's family.
Right. We spoke with the victim's brother, and he says at this point, the whole thing looks like a freak accident.
We were working on the boats at the end of the dock
when the noise shot through Twin Dolphins Marina.
We heard something crash a little bit
and into the Bradenton Police Department parking lot across the street.
It sounded like something hitting the dock.
3 officers sprinted towards a twisted crane arm but couldn't budge it. It pinned 45-year-old Chadwick Adam Brown to the dock. Soon the officers, joined by construction workers, marina employees ran too, and they did something pretty remarkable.
More than 50 people were able to lift the crane off the subject, who then fell into the water. He was quickly pulled out.
Brown, a husband and a father of 3, was so severely injured he died at the marina.
It's just hard to believe. I just talked to him 2 days ago on the phone. And I mean, I seen him a week and a half ago because my mom just passed, and we got a celebration of life for her. And I got to do one for him.
But the efforts of strangers who tried to save him are no less altruistic. And Brown's family says he was always a stickler for safety. They're still waiting to hear back from the OSHA investigation as to what caused the crane to collapse. Live in Bradenton, I'm Carson Chambers, ABC Action News.
All right, Carson, thank you. A shooting in Citrus County leads to a shootout about 20 miles away that ended up killing the suspect. This is aerial video of Sumter County where that suspect shooter died. All this started this morning while deputies investigated a shooting death in the parking lot of a Quality Inn in Hernando. And then later they started following the suspect's Mercedes. That person blew through stop sticks and eventually crashed on Interstate 75 in Wildwood. But then officials say the suspect got out of that Mercedes and started shooting at deputies. They fired back, killing the suspect. So still a lot of unanswered questions about this one tonight, including the identities of the suspect and the victim at the Quality Inn. We're going to keep following this throughout the night. But meanwhile, Wendy, you have another update here about another shooting in Hernando County.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. I want you to take a look here at the Circle K on Elgin Boulevard where all of this took place. Deputies say after the suspect shot the victim this morning, both of them drove away separately. The victim later turned up at the hospital but should be okay. Deputies don't believe there's a larger threat to the public, but they are still trying to find that shooter.
Keeping your home safe while you're away, tonight we're spotlighting the programs you may not know about that many law enforcement agencies offer. Reporter Eric Waxler tonight with the extra security that you should ask for when you're on vacation.
Julie Fisher and her husband Mike just got back from the trip of a lifetime, 2.5 weeks in Australia and New Zealand.
It was a serious bucket list trip, and we want to do this before we're too old to enjoy it, so we really had a great time.
Being gone that long meant the Fishers needed help.
We know that an empty house is potentially a target.
Looking after their Pasco County home.
A lot of our neighbors I talked to and made sure they know if there was a strange car in the driveway, that it didn't belong there.
But there is another option. The Pasco Sheriff's Office has a vacation house registry on its website. You enter your address and contact info, and when available, Sheriff's Office volunteers check the homes as much as they can.
Most of the time when we check them, we actually physically walk around the house, check the doors, check the windows.
The Sheriff's Office recommends other steps before you go away, like putting your mail and newspaper delivery on hold, anything that might let would-be thieves know you were away. Having someone reliable to keep an eye on your property is also a key. If you're planning on going away, check your local law enforcement agency for a similar service. Tampa Police is touting theirs on social media. The sheriff's offices in Hillsborough and Pinellas County offer it too. In Pasco County, Eric Waxler, ABC Action News.
Pasco County deputies say they had to kill a pit bull that attacked a Newport Richey couple this morning. Our crew sent us this video. Take a look from the scene on Otter Way. Officials telling us a large dog seriously hurt a man and also attacked the man's girlfriend. At last check, both victims are in the hospital.
We have a consumer alert tonight if you have a Wi-Fi smoke detector in your home. Almost 150,000 of these Emerson branded thermostats have a flaw that could spark a fire. Home Depot stores across the country sold them. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says that at least 8 of those thermostats have burn damage, but no one has been hurt so far. You can get a refund by contacting the manufacturer.
Miami-Dade police just identified the officer who died in an ATV crash yesterday. This is video of fellow officers following Jermaine Brown's flag-draped casket in a solemn processional just last night. The 15-year veteran of the police force was on patrol along an embankment near a canal when police say Brown just lost control of his ATV. He ended up slamming into a tree. Police say he lost his life while trying to help fellow officers.
Tonight, we know a convicted Sarasota felon found with a record number of explosives will be spending 5 years in prison. Earlier this year, Sarasota County deputies searched the home of this man, Mark Levine, and a storage unit in his name. They found almost 4 tons worth of explosive fuses. It followed a 2-year-long ATF investigation into whether or not Levine was illegally selling explosives online. A federal probe involving SeaWorld is officially over tonight, and the theme park says the Department of Justice will not be taking any action. The DOJ was looking into SeaWorld's response to the documentary Blackfish and whether SeaWorld officials made misleading comments about the impact that film would have on business. Attendance and revenue both went down after that film came out, criticizing SeaWorld's treatment of captive whales.
New tonight, the Rays making headlines once again at the winter meetings in Las Vegas. The organization part of a 3-team trade, including the Cleveland Indians and Seattle Mariners. Rays making a surprising move, sending first baseman Jake Bauers to Cleveland. In return, they will receive third baseman Yandy Diaz and minor league pitcher Cole Sulser. Diaz brings a right-handed hitter to the lineup and has the versatility to play first and third next season. Well, you now have more time to save money on your holiday online shopping. Amazon is extending its free shipping promotion until December 18th. How about that? You can order whatever you need and you won't have to pay for shipping. Amazon is also promising everything will arrive in time for Christmas. In addition, Prime members will get free same-day delivery until Christmas Eve.
Well, take a live look at the roads. You may be one of 112 million Americans planning to travel out of town for the holidays. AAA tonight says that will be a new record, with most of them on the roads. Gas prices going down, by the way, which could make things even busier for road trippers. Meanwhile, there's still time for 6.5 million people planning to travel by air to book your tickets. AAA says prices will be the cheapest and the crowds will be smallest for travelers who are hoping to fly on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
And as you get ready for that holiday road trip, beware of skimmers. The places, they're popping up in record numbers. And the one thing gas station owners could be doing more to protect you.
Oh my God, look at all the money.
Plus, people jump out of their cars in rush hour traffic to grab all that money littered all over the road. We'll tell you where it came from and the reason those drivers might have to give that cash back.
And a journey to the edge of space, the trailblazing accomplishment that could soon lead to tourists blasting off for the great beyond.
All right, this is cool. New video here of a supersonic plane launch that is putting space tourism one step closer to becoming a reality. Virgin Galactic's VSS Unity here journeyed into the upper level of Earth's atmosphere, more than 50 miles up, past what the U.S. government considers the so-called edge of space. Today's success could mean that Virgin Galactic could be just months away from taking its first load of tourists. The company claims hundreds of people have already reserved their tickets, costing up to $250,000. That's all, Wendy, just $250,000.
Yeah, that's a deal, isn't it? Well, just yesterday we showed you these pictures of a great blue heron tangled in some fishing line. That bird ended up in a tree upside down. Well, it's happened again. Take a look here. This is video of Sarasota County firefighters freeing a barred owl from some fishing line there. That owl was suspended above a pond from that wire. Experts now say they have to rescue these birds all the time because many people just don't properly dispose of their fishing equipment.
Tonight, a new warning is out about a very common tool that most people come into contact with at the doctor's office. New research out today finds that stethoscopes are loaded with different kinds of bacteria, including some that can cause infections. While the study did not look at whether anyone actually got sick from this bacteria, it does say that stethoscopes are not regularly disinfected, and this should become common practice.
President Donald Trump may be returning to South Florida for the holidays. The Federal Aviation Administration released VIP flight restrictions around West Palm Beach, and those usually precede a presidential visit to his resort in Mar-a-Lago. The flight restrictions are from December 21st through January 6th. The president and first lady most recently visited Mar-a-Lago for Thanksgiving. Christmas came early today for hundreds of Bay Area children. Volunteers at the Salvation Army passed out gifts many of you helped collect for our Angel Tree program.
Right. ABC Action News reporter Sean Daly tonight showing us the impact this will have on families throughout our community.
I am so proud of ABC Action News viewers. Thanks to your donations to the Salvation Army's Angel Tree program, all these families behind me are going to have toys and clothes for their kids on Christmas morning. I have with me right here the very handsome, I call him Cap, Captain Andy Miller from the Salvation Army. This is a huge day for you guys.
Oh, yeah. We have 1,900 kids who are going to be served through Angel Tree here in Hillsborough County and all across the Tampa Bay area.
Wow, that's crazy.
We get close to 10,000 people when you include your whole media market.
Yeah, and you guys are doing it a little differently this year, but I love it. It's kind of interactive, like a real shopping experience for families.
Right, so people have the gifts for which they registered, and they walk around with a volunteer, and they're able to select like the very specific size or even color that their kid might want.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
You have great stuff. I mean, the top of the line toys, it's going to mean a lot to these
Oh,
kids.
yeah. It's amazing what people are wonderfully generous here in Tampa, and we're so thankful that people come and support us. ABC, you support us.
I love it. You hear that? Viewers, thank you so, so much. And if you still want to help, I have that information for you on abcactionnews.com. Guys, back to you.
Well, it's warming up, but we're going to get some severe weather tomorrow. It was really windy today, too.
It was, and usually that's what happens. The day before a strong front, it gets windy, it warms up, and then we look at, much like what we had on Sunday, I think we're going to see another line of very heavy thunderstorms tomorrow. Now, not everybody is going to get severe weather, but most everybody is going to get some rain. It looks pretty threatening out there now from the Hyatt Regency in Clearwater, but fear not, there's nothing going on tonight outside of maybe just a couple of showers. This all rolls in tomorrow. Now, there's a look at a couple of things going on. First of all, look at the snow out in western Texas. That's the low-pressure center getting its act together. And the trailing frontal boundary right there, right over New Orleans right now, that's going to get stronger as it moves through. We expect gusty winds, 40, 50, maybe 60 miles an hour, and possibly even 1 or 2 tornadoes. I think this is going to be very reminiscent of what we had this past Sunday. Temperatures right now, as Wendy mentioned, it's warm, upper 70s right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if a few folks are up near 80 tomorrow before the rains arrive. Tomorrow morning, check this out. So the low temperatures tomorrow will be warmer than our high temperatures were 2 days ago. That is just how up and down our weather has been. And yes, you guessed it, it's going to get colder again behind the front by Sunday. Cloudy right now in Tampa, 76 degrees, Clearwater 74, St. Pete mostly cloudy, 69. So a lot of clouds out there today. We'll have mostly cloudy skies tonight. And you notice there are even a couple of scattered showers. Most of this is aloft, but I still think there could be a couple of sprinkles later on tonight, but a much better chance starting tomorrow. Now, the timing, the way I see this, is still mostly an afternoon event, and that's certainly what the models are showing too. But I just can't rule out some rain rolling in late morning into the afternoon hours. But at least for the time being, and it's a really good idea to check us out tonight at 11 o'clock. We'll be updating on social media. Greg will be in tomorrow, and I'll be updating as well right on through the day. Because as we had on Sunday, we had a couple of tornado warnings, and we did see some damage from EF1 tornadoes. Very common pattern in an El Nino winter, which is what we are setting up for. So the line rolls through, lingers through tomorrow night, and then by Saturday morning, and boy, I know there's a lot of holiday events going on Saturday, you're going to have a lot of cloud cover and some scattered showers. But the worst of the rain, the heaviest rain, and certainly the severe weather will be over by Saturday morning. But I still think you're going to be dodging some showers and clouds through the day. So not the greatest day, not a washout, but definitely not a great Saturday. Sunday looks a lot better with cooler air rolling in. Now, that severe threat, the yellow color means there's a slight risk. The green means there's a marginal risk. Just so you know, a slight risk means less than 5%. So we're not expecting any kind of a widespread severe weather outbreak. That's good. But I do think when that line comes through, there will be some embedded storms capable of producing some water spouts or maybe even a brief tornado. And then back behind it, here we go again. We drop back down with temperatures in the 60s, but this one not quite as cold as the last go-around, upper 60s to low 70s, still below normal, but not much. So actually, believe it or not, next week seems pretty common and actually what it should be for the week before Christmas. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast. Partly cloudy skies across the area. Tonight it'll be warm, it'll be windy, it'll be muggy. And then everything turns into tomorrow as our attention focuses on that possibility of severe weather. Here's Florida's most accurate 7-day forecast. So rain chances are a solid 80% tomorrow. Timing starting in our northern counties, late morning, early afternoon, pushing into the rest of the area through Friday evening. That 40% you see on Saturday, there will be a couple of scattered showers, most of it in the morning, and then gradual clearing through the day. Sunday looks much better. In fact, quite a bit nicer with temperatures back in the 60s, kind of breezy, but pleasant with a good deal of sunshine and cool. Same thing on Monday. And then another storm system, believe it or not, maybe just as strong as this one, looks like it rolls in toward the end of next week.
Dennis, thank you. Tampa General Hospital's own personal Santa is at it again. We'll show you how your generosity helped make this holiday season even more special for local kids.
Authorities are arresting fewer teens. Coming up tonight at 6, the program helping one Bay Area county see some of the biggest improvements in the state.
Yes for less. There's money all over Route 3. No joke.
No joke is right. An armored truck malfunctioned, leaving its doors wide open, causing money to rain down on a New Jersey highway this morning. Check this out. You would not believe the lengths some drivers went to in order to get some of that cash floating around, Paul.
It's a crazy scene. Take a look at this. You see in this social media video, a couple of people just darted out into traffic in the height of the morning commute, trying to pick up some of that cash. Authorities say all of that caused several crashes, Officers now trying to find the people who took the money, since they might have to give it back. They might not be allowed to keep it. Remember that one?
Yeah, I sure do. Janet Jackson, just one of the big names who will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The other inductees include The Cure, Def Leppard, Stevie Nicks, and Radiohead. They will all be honored at an official ceremony in March.
Still ahead here at 5:30, staying on top of that breaking news. Bomb threats coming in across the country tonight, and dozens are being reported right here in the Tampa Bay area. I'll tell you what local law enforcement is saying that you should know at this hour. And holiday travel, the hazard, 12 credit card skimmers found in one local county. Tonight, the new warning before you hit the road.
Plastic straws and styrofoam containers. A decision about banning these two items from St. Pete restaurants is just hours away. And the one consequence businesses could face if they don't follow the rules.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Lakeland Toyota. Save more on I-4.